What's up everyone, it's Sam from 64 Wheels, back with more diecast, and today we'll be taking a deep dive into the Adventure Force brand of 1/64 scale diecast cars. So if you've ever been to Walmart, you've probably seen this brand hanging around the toy aisle. They sell multiple different items. I know I did the dirt bike, that awesome like smoking dirt bike a couple weeks ago, and I'll link that down in the description. They sell bigger tanker trucks, they sell dirt bikes, they sell farm equipment, they sell play sets, they sell a lot of stuff under the Adventure Force name. Now, this is Walmart's in-house brand of toys. So while they sell these toys, usually another manufacturer actually makes the toys and then Walmart puts the Adventure Force brand on them. That is the same for that dirt bike. That was I can't remember what kind of toy brand it was. I think it was a Hyper Toy Co. actually made that, and then Adventure Force put its name on it. And these cars are actually all Maceo brand rebranded fresh metal cars, which is good and bad. But the cool thing about that is that a lot of these cars are licensed, they look really good, and they are super, super low cost. So if you find yourself in the diecast aisle and there are no Hot Wheels or no Matchbox, because I've been having a really hard time finding stock of both of those in my local stores, I've been expanding out to other brands. Even though I've bought Maceo brand before, it has me really intrigued by the Adventure Force brand, and especially the price point, and there are a ton of them. Like the pegs are full of them, so it's easy to pick up one of these and take a look at it, and especially because they have so many good licensed castings. So like I said before, these are actually rebranded Maceo brand fresh metal cars, and you'll probably recognize some of these because they've had some of them for a long time. Like they've had this Volkswagen Beetle for a long time. I remember buying that as a kid. A lot of these are newer though, like the Taycan, I think is how you say it. I have that Jeep. I mean, there's a lot of good castings in here. So if you've ever also been to the dollar store, you've probably seen them individually carded like this. Now, these are actually under the Maceo brand fresh metal. This is what they look like. This is the 69 Dodge Charger. I got this at a local dollar store. I think it was $1 under. The same thing, they have the fantasy castings. So I like fantasy castings of certain brands. So I bought this one. This is like their school bus, a little like Formula Indy car. They even call it a fantasy car. But not a bad casting. The wheels are kind of cheap, but overall that's actually a good looking like vintage Indy or Formula One car. But if you'll notice this, I bought this because I was like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. But check it out. This is the exact car in this package. So you can clearly tell that the Adventure Force brand is just Maceo brand rebranded Adventure Force. The bad thing about that is you get some of these really goofy, like this kind of fantasy casting in it. The good news is that you get killer castings like this K-Blazer right here for 80 cents. So this brand is extremely affordable, like I was saying. So each of these 5-packs were $2.97, and I think they're even cheaper at some Walmarts. When I was looking online, I saw it for $2.92, and I'll put the screenshot in right there, which is a crazy deal. That makes each of these like, I think it's 80 cents or something, or even 60 cents. It's crazy cheap. And then this whole 20-pack right here, which has a mix of licensed and fantasy castings, this was, I think it was $13.97, which is pretty cheap too. That ends up being right around the 80-cent mark too, I believe. Just really affordable cars. So if you're having trouble finding Hot Wheels or Matchbox, or want to collect something new, or are just trying to get some fresh metal in your collection, these are a great thing to check out. So we'll go ahead and open them and check them out. And then I have a couple Hot Wheels down here to compare them to, just in the quality, the size, the casting, and those kind of things. So I am excited to open these. I bought these a couple weeks ago at Walmart, obviously, and I was very impressed with the K-Blazer, the square body Blazer down here, because I thought the casting was excellent. The first gen Bronco looked good. The Porsche, I really like this Ford F-150 or 250 because it has the Uncle Jesse front end on it, something Hot Wheels hasn't given us. The only brand I think that has that in 1/64 scale is Greenlight, and those are, one Greenlight is worth more than 2 of these 5-packs. So when you go to these, you have to keep in mind how affordable they are, and then go to like look at the quality in comparison to how affordable they are. So they're not going to be Hot Wheels quality, they're not going to be Matchbox quality, they're going to be a touch below that, but they're still worth picking up. So let's go ahead and bust this open. Whoop. All right, so we'll take a look at the first one. Oh, nice. This is a Grand National. So the casting itself is not bad. It's a little bit bigger. It almost reminds me of the Johnny Lightning casting. All the wheels, or most of the wheels, are like their standard wheels. This is probably like, I don't know, like a 15 or 20 spoke wheel or something. But it has tampos in the back. Really nice taillights, actually. No tampos in the front. And all of them, or most of the cars, have blacked windows because there are no interiors. So while they're like Hot Wheels and Matchbox in that they're die-cast body, plastic chassis, plastic wheels, they lack interior. Now, some Hot Wheels and Matchbox don't have interiors, and they're still more than 20 cents higher than this one. But some people like interiors, and that's a big deal to them. Now, actually, hang on. Oh, this does have tampos in the front. It's hard to see with the glare, but it actually does have silver headlights and orange lights at the bottom. So this has tampos all around, actually. There you can see it a little bit. That's not bad because it has Grand National tampos on the side too. So this is actually a really nice car for 80 cents. Now, it does feel a little cheap, but there you can even see the Maceo brand on the bottom. But it's not bad. For 80 cents, like if this was individually packaged, I would buy this all day. This is a really good looking car. Let's check and see how it rolls. It rolls okay. I've seen Hot Wheels roll better and worse than it, so it's not bad. Now, is this going to break records on a Hot Wheels track? No, but it is going to be fun to play with. It makes a good diorama car, especially because those gangster tinted windows look good on a Grand National on a G-body. It's got a little like scuff on the window, but I think that's from the 5-pack. But this thing looks good. Overall, that's a nice casting. Again, 80 cents. Not bad. All right, look at this C8. So I don't know what's up with the bottom. Z51. So it's not a bad looking casting. This one doesn't roll very good. I can already tell. The front tire is a little tight, and I don't know why that is. But that one's already a little tight. But the casting itself is not bad. It looks pretty accurate in scale. It does have tampos. It says Corvette right there. It's hard to see. It's got the little Stingray on the trunk or hood, whatever you want to call that. It's got the Corvette logo on the front. It's got black on the grille. It's got silver headlights. Not a bad looking car overall. So when compared to Hot Wheels, you can see the size is actually a little bit bigger. So this might actually be closer to 1/64 scale in real life, because the Hot Wheels might be a little bit smaller. I don't know which one. Let me know in the comments which one you think is closer. But overall, the detail on the Maceo or the Adventure Force is not bad. Remember, this is 80 cents. This is 20 cents cheaper. So it is missing some of the detail that the Hot Wheels has. Like the Hot Wheel definitely has better taillight tampos and headlight tampos by far. But for 80 cents being 20 to 30 cents cheaper than this, it's not bad. Now, it doesn't roll very good, which is kind of a bummer. It rolls a little bit there, but there you can see the front tires kind of, but it's not bad. This would make a great base to customize because basically it's missing a good set of wheels and that's it. The black windows, it doesn't really bother me that much. So, you definitely can't see in, obviously, because they're black, but this one, you can see in, but it's very hard to see through the windows, especially at that angle. It just looks black anyways. They could almost tampo a fake interior on the window on the Adventure Force car, but it's not bad. Again, 80 cents. So let's take a look at a few more of these. Jeep Wrangler, not bad overall. I don't think this comes off. No, but they did a nice job on the tampos. Flat black. It's got the spare tire. Yeah, that's really not a bad casting. It doesn't have any movable suspension or anything, but it rolls pretty nice. Again, all these cars are so cheap. It's amazing, just the quality for that. So this is I don't know, does it have a name? No, this is just a fantasy car that gets stuck in, and this is a very fantasy car. So it looks like a Grand Theft Auto style, or one you'd see on an iPhone game that's an unnamed. It doesn't actually look that bad, but it looks very kiddish. It looks very toyish. So this is probably not one people will collect, but it's not bad looking. I've seen worse. And it rolls. So the next one is the 57 Chevy pickup, another license casting. Like it says Chevy, like that's in the metal. That's cast in the metal. That's done pretty well. Or actually, is that metal or plastic? Oh, that is plastic. It's kind of hard to tell through the camera, but the back of this is plastic. The front is metal, but it's got nice detail. It's got a nice Chevy logo on the grill. It's got painted headlights. It's got little detail on the side. Now this one definitely could use a set of upgraded wheels. Like look how tiny that front wheel is on that. Very tiny. But overall the truck, the casting, like the quality of the casting and the detail on the edges in the bed, it looks awesome. It really does. This one just needs a wheel update. Like that actually looks kind of sick. It sits right. I like that. Look at that. It rolls pretty well too. So far, each of these, I would buy those. If I saw all these for $1, I would buy them. I don't know about the fantasy casting just because it is super fantasy. But the rest of them are solid. Like that truck looks sick. It really does. The Grand National looks good. So all those look good. So we'll go ahead and set them up here. Whoop. Again, remember the price point on these. So you got to let me know at the end of the video if seeing these in better detail has convinced you to buy them, or if you already buy them or you're not even considering them because of the quality or the black window. Okay, my bad. I had a little hiccup with my camera setup, so I had to stop and change it, but we are on to this 5-pack. So the first one is like the Formula One Indy car. I like the open wheel car. I like the design of this, but this is very, very cheap. The plastic on it, it's very moldable. As you can see there, it moves. Not a bad design though. It's got a newer design because it has the halo like the modern Formula One and Indy cars have. It looks pretty good. The dimensions are pretty good. The wheels are just unpainted black wheels. It does have the little painted brake light or like alert light back there. Not bad. Very cheap. This is definitely an 80-cent car. Less than that. But it rolls well. Again, this car is probably a set of good wheels away and some detail from being really good because it's not bad. I really like that front end. Nice. Okay. So this one. Oh my gosh, look at that beast. The Lamborghini, I'm going to probably screw it up. Terzo Millennio. So this is a Lamborghini concept car. I believe it's electric or a hybrid of some sort. Super powerful. I believe it's based on the Aventador chassis roughly, and then Lamborghini just went crazy with it, but this thing looks awesome. I mean, it is killer. Let me see if I can get a light here to get this in a little bit better detail for you. Like those, like look at the wheels. They got nice graphics on them. They look very similar to the wheels on the Indy car, the Formula car, but they have that nice like orange detailing on them, which makes it look really good. The front end has a ton of detailing there. You can see a nice Lamborghini logo. It's got the lights, the blackout in the front. It's got the nice like little gills or intakes on there painted. It's got the little Lamborghini logo. It's very hard to see, but it's painted right there. The little lights are painted. So this car has a ton of detail for 80 cents. It really does. It's not bad at all. I wish the light was catching it a little better. I don't know why I'm getting some, like I kind of had some shadows. Man, that might be a little better. But this car is amazing. For 80 cents, this has a lot of detail. Very good. I mean, the plastic wheels are kind of its downfall, but if you were to swap in a set of like Hot Wheels Premium from the RLC set or something, this would be a next level car. So let's see. I mean, it rolls pretty well too. That looks awesome. Probably one of the best cars in the series. Like that looks very aggressive. So cool. I might do a write-up on this one because it is that good, especially for 80 cents. Very killer. Let me know what you think of that one in the comments. All right, the next one. What is this officially called? Leadfoot. So this is like Maceo's version of the Purple Passion. So I think this brand gets held up a lot by it not being Hot Wheels or Mattel brand because this car is not that bad. Like if this was a Hot Wheels tuned or something casting, people would buy it. You know they would. It looks very similar to Hot Wheels cars that they put out before. What's odd is that there's only 6 coming out, so it's like a 6-cylinder instead of an 8. It's got flames. It's got the flat black flames, and then it's got like an olive army paint job. Not a bad casting. Again, if you put some better wheels on this, it wouldn't look that bad. The wheels are a lot of the downfall of these sets, but if you're into different cars or customizing, these are great ones to buy to get into it because they're more affordable, and probably a lot of people aren't customizing this either, but it doesn't look that bad. I don't mind it. Next up is the Ford Raptor. I have this casting from outside this line. I think this is very well done. It doesn't have working suspension or anything like that. It has the classic, what are those, 6 or 7 spoke wheels from Maceo. It's got Raptor graphics all around, got the Ford. These cars, for being how cheap they are, have really nice tampos. Like, I know they're not as detailed as like the Hot Wheels or Matchbox in terms of like the headlight detail, but they have, it's flat black, silver. There's 2. It's got the Raptor down the side. It's got the full color Ford logo. It's got the Raptor there. It's got the F-150. I mean, there's a lot of detail on this car for 80 cents. And it looks pretty accurate. It's scaled nicely. The wheel gap looks okay. It sits okay. I mean, really nice truck overall. Let's see how it rolls. And it rolls good too. So lastly, in this 5-pack, we have the Emergency Service Ambulance. This is one of their fantasy castings, but it does have a decent light bar on it, almost like Euro style. This is almost a Euro style ambulance. We don't have a ton of these in the United States. I know in our area, the like medical transports, the non-emergency uses these, but we still use a lot of like the Kodiak or Ford or Ram based Pro Series ambulances rather than like the Sprinter van style or cargo van. So they just call this, I don't even think it has a name. It's just an ambulance, I think. It has a little bit smaller wheels. The wheels on this are probably the most realistic and accurate of any of the cars, I would say. I mean, I could see these being on this car in real life. It looks pretty good. Again, this is a non-licensed casting, but it fits in well. Like, you could play with this with any Hot Wheels or Matchbox set, and you really wouldn't notice a big difference because it does kind of have a realistic livery on it. Rolls pretty well, not too shabby. So this one I accidentally opened when the camera wasn't working, so I already have it lifted off the package, so we'll go ahead and take a look at it. Woo! All right, first off, that beautiful E30 M3. This thing looks so nice. Look at that. Oh, it's got like little hair or something on there. Blacked out windows. It's got a very nice grille. Flat black painted. It's hard to see, but it actually does have the blue, red, silver M on it with silver headlights. So it has a full painted badge, a full painted BMW logo on the roof, full painted BMW logo on the trunk, and that same M3. It does have light, the reverse lights, and I believe, I can't see if it actually has painted taillights or if the taillights are just the same color as the car. It's kind of hard to tell because it's all red, but this casting looks great. It really does. Like, I would say in terms of scale and accuracy, this is probably, I mean, this looks really close to the M3 that Hot Wheels RLC did. Actually, I'm going to grab it real quick and compare it because I think this one looks excellent. Okay, so here is the Hot Wheels version of this car. As you can see, the Maceo one is actually quite a bit larger, even though they're supposed to be the same scale. But like, look at the body lines. I mean, Maceo for 80 cents really knocked it out of the park with this casting. It's done very well. It really is. Man, that looks pretty good. Obviously, the Hot Wheel wins for detail. It has opening parts, metal chassis, just way above and beyond. But I actually think I might like some of the detailing on the, like, I like the rear end of this. I don't know. I think this one looks more accurate on the rear end, actually. The Hot Wheel on the front end definitely has more detail, looks more realistic. But for the money, this is a solid buy. This Maceo, man, that looks good. Okay, let me put that Hot Wheel down and roll this one. Yeah, rolls pretty good too. If you swap the 5-spoke wheels or even the 10-spoke wheels that the RLC car has onto this, it would look 10 times better. I mean, this is a really, really good casting. Okay, next up is this horrible, I don't even know what this is. It looks like a cartoon car. It has no name. It just says Maceo on the bottom. 6 wheels. It's wild. I don't know what it is. It's ugly. I don't know. But it does have a screw base, which is interesting. Metal base, plastic body. I don't know. It's ugly. Okay, next. That one I wouldn't even pay 80 cents for. Or actually I did because I bought it because it was so obscure in the in the individual cards, but not everyday buyer. So this is a 2015 Mustang GT. Looks good overall. Again, front and back tampos. It's got really nice forward graphics. Like the tampos are pretty sharp on these. 5-spoke wheels. Nothing too crazy on this one. It looks pretty good. Let's do a roll. Pretty good. I like that these cars are just a touch bigger than Hot Wheels because to me they're easier to grab. I don't know if that means they're over 1/64 scale or if they're just closer to actual 1/64 scale than some of the Hot Wheels are, because I know Hot Wheels are sometimes a little small, but this is a nice casting too. It's got all the body lines. The paint is rather thick on these though, I've noticed. Really thick paint. So I don't know if that's good or bad. It's hiding some of the detail lines, but they might hold up in collisions a little better, so that's hard to tell. But as you can tell, that one has really, really thick paint on it. But it's super shiny though. Again, wheel swap away from being a better casting. All right, next up we have, does this have just a gas tanker truck? This is metal, this is plastic. I think this is a fantasy line. I don't think that's a real brand. Again, look at the screw base. It's kind of rare to have a screw base on such a cheap 164. To me, it would be so much cheaper to rivet these than to include a screw. And I don't know if that's a washer or not, but it doesn't look bad. It actually looks kind of hot rodded in the front. Is it? Oh, that's because it doesn't roll. Good. So that one's not really, so that one's riveted in the front. But this one, it had a little assembly error, so you can't really roll it. So that's why it looks hot rodded in the front. So there's a negative on that one since it doesn't roll at all. So lastly, let's check this out. All right, the K-Blazer. So this is a 1979 Chevy K-Blazer. It's got a chrome chassis. It's red with the white stripe. Looks really good. Let me see. It does. So the front end is chrome. There you can see the Chevy logo is painted on. It's got nice detail. The paint is thick on this one, but definitely not as thick as the Mustang. You can see just a little bleed through from where like the side tampo didn't hit as hard. It's got a Chevrolet logo on the door. It's got the little door, painted door like hatch. The bumper might be a little crooked. Does it have anything else I can't see? It's got the little, it's actually an outline for the gas tank right there, or the gas tank door. The little corner light, right? Yeah, corner lights. So it's not too bad. 80 cents. I would buy this all day for 80 cents. That is a great looking truck. Really nice. Let me see how it rolls. I mean, it rolls pretty well too. Man, that's really nice. Let me know in the comments what you think of these. I know I've said that a few times, but the more I look at them, I'm really impressed with this, especially the grille detail. It's just really just some paint, even like a Sharpie marker away from being more detailed. I really like these. That is awesome. Very killer. Okay, so since we opened those, we'll take a look at these. There's a couple that I want to look at. Like really, we've kind of looked at a bunch of these. It has a lot of the same ones, the Formula car. But I did want to get the F-150 or F-250 out, and then it has the Bronco and the Porsche too. So we'll go ahead and open these up, take a look at them real quick and see what they look like for the other ones. And then afterwards, everyone will have to tell me in the comments what they thought of this brand in general, or if you're going to buy it or you're not going to buy it. I like how they package those. Interesting. Oh, are they all together? Oh, look at that. It's like a huge 5-pack. That's wild. I probably did it the wrong way too. Soup. Oh no, I did. Okay. That's actually kind of nice because it folds up and puts back in there. All right, let's check this one out. Okay, so what does this say? So this is a 77 Ford F-150 pickup. This has a plastic bed. That's how they probably cut down on a lot of the costs, but it's nicely tampoed. It says Ford. It's got that nice graphic on the side, and it does say Ford in black and silver on the grille. I'm trying to see if it has painted lights. Doesn't look like it has painted lights, but this is a pretty accurate casting for 80 cents. It's the Uncle Jesse style truck from the Dukes of Hazzard, or the Unicorn truck had the same front end on it. Bigfoot 1 was this front end before it got changed over. A really good looking truck though. The bed is a little shallow. I'm sure that probably has something to do with the design and how much it costs. It's very shallow, as you can tell. Like here's the bed for the Chevy. Like look at that, really shallow, but at least the Ford got the bed detail. But I like both of these. This is a really solid truck. It's got big like long axles, just like a Hot Wheel, like the axle keepers there are a little long, but this is probably, again, a Sharpie marker and a wheel swap away from being good. I mean, great, because it's already good. Let's see how it rolls. Like, these two together look sick. Like, if you had a little town, these would look perfect as parking spaces cars, because they're pretty accurate and they're very affordable. So if you're going for a diorama, I mean, you could stack them full of these. Heck yeah. Okay. I do want to check out this little one real quick. This, like, I don't know what you call it, like fantasy. Because I thought this looked kind of cool. Coyote XS. That's actually pretty sweet. So that's what it's called, big flat bottom. But this almost looks like a Baja, like Fast and the Furious style car. Almost looks like some of the XV racers from back in the early 2000s from Hot Wheels. Some of the designs on one of those. That's a sick, like, I don't know what you call it. Not a truck, but just like, I guess it's a truck. I like that. It's not too bad. It's interesting looking. I like the paint job. It's pretty solid. It rolls good. Nice. Shoop, shoop. I like that one. Not too bad. Again, for a fantasy one, that's not bad at all. Okay. All right, here is the Porsche. The Taycan Turbo S. Really nice color on it. It's got Porsche graphics on the side. It actually does have flat black inside the light. It's got silver painted headlights. It does have the Porsche logo on the hood. Really good looking green color. Man, that's a nice casting. The paint is thick, but definitely not as thick as the other one. But that color is incredible. It's a really good looking car. So let me see, I'm gonna pull some of these back so you can see it roll. Rolls pretty well, and it sits really low. Like that sits nicely. That's sick. Man, that's nice. Again, set of wheels away from being great. Not too shabby. That color is absolutely stunning. Look at that color. The pearl in that. Man, that's nice. Very impressed with the color on that one. All right, and lastly, take a look at the Ford Bronco. So does this have a year? 1966 Ford Bronco. Has the same off-road wheels as the other off-road cars. Got a nicely painted Ford detailed grille in white, silver lights with black Ford logo. Does this come off? I don't think so. It would be dope if it does. It feels like it does. I don't want to break it though. It feels like it does, maybe. I would assume no, because then if it does, there's no interior, so I won't try to force it, but it almost looks like you could pop this off if you wanted to do a custom with it, but if not, it looks good just how it is. But it's nice that it's a separate piece, so you can customize it. It's got the Ford logo on the back, and what's interesting on this one is it does not have the spare tire that a lot of early Broncos have, which I think, I mean, that's the handle. I think it went over here. So, I mean, other than that, oh, this does have a little bit of a, so this was painted white on the bumper, or gray, and it looks like there is a, like a missing spot on the bumper there. So that's kind of a bummer. That's probably the first big tampo error we found on these. So out of what, roughly 40 cars, we found one tampo error, which is a bummer because I really like this model. But again, I still think it was worth the cost because that is a silver Sharpie away from being fixed. It's not bad. But this casting overall, like the dimensions, I like the black around the wheels look good. Very nice. It's still nice. That's a bummer because it's always a bummer to get like errors on anything, but at least this isn't like a $7 M2 or a $40 RLC car. It's an 80 cent or 60 cent Fresh Metal or Adventure Force. So it makes the pain a little easier to swallow, but man, that looks good. Look at that little thing. That looks awesome. So let's take a look at the other Blazer just for fun to see if there's any difference. No, it does not look like there's any difference. This one actually has lots better paint on it. Yeah, that one looks killer. Very good. Sweet, now I got 2 of those. I'm excited about that. Those roll awesome. So I also have 2 of the Lamborghinis. Let's see. Come on. Excited to get these out. So I don't think there's any difference on these either. They look to be exactly the same. Yeah, no difference on those. So I'm overall, after opening 20, 40 of these things, they look good. They really do. The dimensions are good on a lot of them. The paint jobs are very shiny and nice. The tampos are pretty clear. There were a few hiccups here and there between like this truck not rolling and the tampo on the back of the Bronco. But overall, this has been pretty impressive. Would I spend this money on these cars again? I mean, probably, because they're nice. Like if I saw 5 packs with like this in a different color, this, any of the trucks in a different color, would I get them? Yes, because they're so affordable. How could you not? It's like with tax, it's like $3.15 or something. Definitely worth picking up these. Especially if you can't find any of your normal brands, or pick them up in general because they're awesome. They look good. Really, really like these. So, okay, let me know in the comments what you think of these. Which one was your favorite? Which one is your least favorite? Let me know if you buy these, if you have bought them, or if you will buy them after seeing them in better detail, because I'm looking forward to hearing that from you guys, because I think these are pretty good deals for $3 and $15 or whatever they cost. So, nice. Well, thanks for watching. This is Sam, 64 Wheels. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Langley Group, all those places. I'm in a couple of the Discords at 64 Wheels, so if you see me there, give me a shout out too. And then I'll have a lot more stuff coming, so I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.